hear about the deal? If you
coalition.
If you try it twice, you get 100. But then I was telling him like, their shit's so overpriced. You get like a jacket and that's it. Like, why would you want to do that for an 18? My friend Chris, the kid who gave me that board, had a bunch of Black Panther shirts and like the Wet Willie World Industries ones with like, you know, him shooting him, like hiding around the corners. Like, I loved them. And I like, you know, I took them all because he didn't want them anymore. And my brother was like, you can't fucking wear those, you don't skate, you know, like you gotta skate to wear skate clothing. Which is why now I lose my mind over shit like that, you know, when I see people out wearing DJK acting like it's like a new, like, you know, Marco Polo company or something. I just remember one time I really wanted to go skating with him, and he was just so reluctant, like, no, you're not coming. Come on. And finally I was just like, alright dude, if you let me go, like, I will not talk, I won't say anything, like, I won't talk to them, I won't embarrass you, I promise, I just want to go skating. And like, I'm next to like John and Mike, and they're like, Mike's just like, shut the fuck up, Mikey. And I was like, I didn't say anything. And he's like, I know, I'm kidding, like, why haven't you been talking at all, like, what's wrong, dude? And I was like, nothing. And he was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I told Justin, like, I wouldn't, because he was still Justin at the time. I was like, I told Justin I wouldn't talk if I came skating. Like, just don't tell him, no, please. And they're like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, he seriously said, like, you guys made that agreement. And I was like, yeah, but don't tell him, please. Like he's gonna get so mad at me. Like, I'm not supposed to be talking to you right now. And it was definitely interesting at first to get my brother to be okay with it.
Yeah.
There was at least a couple. And the first one I do, I just like kickflip it and slip out and do the splits. And then the second one was another primo, because I primoed at least 3 times, and I literally didn't land it till like my freshman year of high school. And I started it about like 7th grade, so about 3 years it took me. So it was probably at least like 10 sessions of trying it, you know, just different days, different occasions. And then another time when I was actually working at the park, this dude came in, and like, it was kind of when the park was like kind of run down, but they still had people working there. And basically it was just my choice whether or not I wanted to make people wear helmets or not.
Yeah.
And this guy came in, he was kind of a douche. So like, Jeff Strickner was there, do you remember Jeff? The albino skater kid who did like the sex change flips and stuff. And Jeff was there, and this other kid Isaiah, my friend Mike's friend, you know, we probably skated with him too. And so we were just chilling there, and the guy comes in and starts skating around because Jeff and Zay were already kind of dicking around in there. And I was like, hey, you gotta put a helmet on. He's like, oh, like right off the bat, they're not wearing helmets. Like, why do I have to wear? Fuck you, blah blah blah. And I'm like, man, I'm wearing this yellow staff shirt. Like, come on, like, don't be this hard on me. Like, just put on a helmet. And he's like, well, I saw you skating as I was coming up here, and like, da-da-da, and I was just like, oh my god, you know what, just leave then, man. He's like, no, I'm not gonna leave. And so this is when the rail, there was just that one single rail with the shitty stage and then the ramp. And I'm standing right there talking to him as he walks up, and I was just so like, oh my god, I kind of got heated, you know, because he was being a dick. And I was just like, you know what, fuck this. So, and I'm standing there with my board, and he's riding down, and I don't know why, dude, but I just pushed out my board so gently, and it was so, just the perfect amount of a push to the point where it just caught the front end of his nose and he went flying. And I was just like, bad idea, because as soon as he like got to the ground, he gets right up, and like you can tell he's just like, oh, you know. But I had already told him like 8 times, like, put a helmet on, put a helmet on, and every time he's just being a dick. He comes up to me and fucking pushes me into the rail. And as soon as that happens, I start to turn to, like, you know, push him again or something, or get him, you know, off of me. And before I know it, Jeff's behind him. Clock! Like, fucking hits him in the back of the head. And then Zaya comes, and Zaya's dad is like a Muay Thai expert. So they've been training since they were kids. Mm-hmm. And Zaya just gives him like a double shock to the shoulder blades, and the dude just goes flying. Like, and literally just gets his ass kicked, like, within 2 seconds. And then, like, this lady comes, like, at the same time with her kids, And then he comes back and he's like, this is a bad kid, you know, they just hit me, and like he just starts like crying and shit. And he's like a poly student, you know, like he's like probably 19, at least 20 years old. It was just funny because we literally like kicked his ass. Like we literally kicked his ass, and then he left the park. I called my boss and I was like, because I wanted to make sure I didn't get stripped for it later. So I called her and told her what happened vaguely, and then I pretty much told her that he wouldn't put on a helmet, and then I like kind of like got near him, and then he felt all defensive, and then my friends defended me, and she's like, oh yeah, self-defense, no problem. Just go ahead and close up the park for the day, you know, it's done, like, you know, go let some steam off. Then we went street skating. Jazz push. I believe!
Just go!